بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum, my all dear students. Hope you all are fine. Well, today we have English literature class and we are going to learn a very interesting story from your English literature book. Yes, the story name is Ragdian and the Kite. My dear students, we will learn the story and I will read the story. Before reading the story, I will learn you some difficult word. Okay? You will learn some difficult words regarding the story. Well, the words are cheered. You have to repeat with me. The word is cheered. Suggestions. The word is suggestion. Straight. The word is straight. Again, I am telling you, you have to repeat with me the word. The word is unwound. Okay? Heartbroken. The word is heartbroken. Okay? The other word is persuaded. The word is persuaded. Okay? The other is soothed. The word is soothed. The last one is quarreling. The word is quarreling. Again, cheered, suggestion, straight, unwound, heartbroken, persuaded, soothed, and quarreling. Well, these were some words that will be easy for you to read the story if you repeat with me and you learn that. Okay? Let's start some words and meaning. I have some words regarding your story. Well, I will tell you about their meaning. Yes, the word is the word twine. The meaning is a light string. Okay? And the other is fasten. The word is fasten. Tie tightly or do up. It means sometimes you tie something. So here if you tie something very tightly, so you have to use the word is fasten. Okay? And the last word is restless. The word is restless. Means uneasy. Okay, something which is difficult. Okay, and ready to move. Ready to move. Okay. Well, that was all about some difficult words and some words which I have teach you about meaning. I have taught you about their meanings. Let's come to the story. My students, in this story we have some characters and the story is depend on one thing and also we have some places in the story. So, well, I am going to introduce you first the story. Well, in this story we have a doll. You know what? The doll name was Ragdian. Yes, the doll name was Ragdian. The other person is Marcella. The word is Marcella. She was the girl, Marcella was the girl and she was the owner of the doll. Yes, Marcella was the owner of the doll. Yes, she had the doll. And there are also two persons, Marcella's family, like her parents, okay, mother and father both. The other we have two birds. Two birds were Mama Robin and Daddy Robin. They both were birds, okay, male and female. And the last we have, the last character was, there were some children in the story. Okay, they flew the kite. The thing which I have told you about, the story depends on the thing and the thing is the kite. Okay. Now I hope that you are going to understand that Raggedy Ann and the kite. Okay. The doll and the kite. There is something interesting about. Okay. While in this story we have some places. Ground. The children were playing and flying the kite. Okay. And yard. The yard with Marcella's home. Okay. And there was a nest on a tree and the tree was in the yard. Okay. Nest of Mama Robin and Daddy Robin. Okay. There were some character in the story. There's a thing which we are going to discuss and the story depends on the thing. Okay. And the places which we will discuss in the story. Let's start to read that and you have to read with me. Raggedy Ann is a rag doll. That was a doll, as I have told you, owned by a girl called Marcella. The doll was owned by Marcella, the girl. Okay. In the park, Raggedy Ann watched a group of some children working busily. Some children were doing some work in a ground. So Marcella and her doll, Raggedy Ann, they both were watching and they were conscious about that what they all children doing that. What they were doing. They tied some sticks together with a string and covered with the frame with a light cloth. While they worked, they talked about the kite. So Raggedy Ann knew this must be a kite. The doll understood something that this must be a kite, what the children making, and they were busy in that one work. Well, once they had fastened a tail to the kite and tied a large ball of twine to the front. They tied a tail of a kite. You know very well, and I know that most of the students, mostly the boys, fly the kite, habitual to fly the kite in their free time, and the girls are habitual to play with the doll. Yes, that's why the story is interesting. Well, one of the boy held it up in the air, and another boy walked off and unwinding the ball of twine. Okay, you know very well that how do we fly the kite. Boys mostly know very well. Well, on page number 93, we have to continue. There was a nice breeze blowing. So the boy with the twine car let her go, okay, and started running. Marcella and Ragdy watched the kite sail through the air. They both were feeling very good when they saw the kite is sailing in the air. Okay, it soared up, but suddenly the kite acted strangely. And it began to darting and fro and finally make 4 and 5 loop. The loop crashed to the ground. It needs more tail. One boy shouted. One of the boys shouted that we need more tail to tie up the kite. Then the children wondered when they might get more rags to fasten to the tail of the kite. Let's tie Raggedy Ann to the tail. I have told you that Marcella was feeling good when she saw flying the kite. The boys were flying the kite. So she was feeling very good and she was interested to do that. So she suggested those boys that tied Raggedy Ann just like a tail in your kite. She gave herself her doll to the boys. Okay. Why didn't ask about, but she gave herself. Okay, that was her own will that my doll should be tightened up with the kite. So the children are cheered at this new suggestion. All the children were very happy. So Raggedy Ann was tied to the tail of the kite. This time the kite rose straight in the air and remained steady. There was no problem, and that was all the children were very happy because they are flying the kite very well. And when the Raggedy Ann was tied up with the kite, the boy with the ball of the twine unwound it until the kite and Raggedy Ann were way up and far away. Raggedy Ann enjoyed being up there. She could see for miles and children looked so tiny. Let's turn the page. Page number 94. You can see that there is a picture that Raggedy Ann has tied up with the kite. Okay. Well, my students, all of a sudden a great puff of wind came and carried Raggedy Ann and the kite away. There was a very heavy wind and they both flew away very high and away. She could hear the wind singing on the twine as it stretched. The boys were stretching, but that was out of control wind. They both were but then Raggedy Ann felt a rip in the rag. to which she was tied. As each puff of wind caught her, the rip widened. Well, my dear students, the story is, we will be continue the story, and I will make you and I will learn you more about, I will teach you more about the story in the next class. Now, you have to do the work from the portal. You just need to do, just like you have to make the title page of the chapter, just like you do in the class mostly. As the same way, you have to make the title page. Then you have, if you like to write down the difficult words, it's you wish. And then you have to write down words and meaning. Okay, just like I have written here only 3 words and meaning, and we will do only 2 questions. Well, what is the question? What I am going to ask you, and you have to do in the copy. Tell me, what were the children making? What were they all were making and they were busy to do? They were making the kite. Okay? And the next question is that, what did the children do when Raggedy Ann and the kite fell down? What did they do? So, I will give you the answer in the next class, and we will be continue with the very interesting story when I will tell you that what had happened with the doll and what had done Marcella with the other boys, and what she told about their parent, that where she has lost her doll. And I will tell you more about that, from where she got her doll. Okay class? Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.